Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of y'all who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slang Hope. And, I just wanted to drop by and let y'all know what was some of my thoughts about the things that kind of transpired the other day at the Capitol. So some people asked me to make this video, kind of shed some light and share my thoughts on it. I usually kind of stay away from talking about some of these things because I feel like it's a redundant thing. I feel like most often we always see how the government treats, those people from our people, right? We often see, the differences when a black kid does something and when a white kid does something. We oftentimes see when a white adult commits a crime and a black adult commits the same crime, and we oftentimes get reminded of what's going on here. Most of the time, we always get reminded and we always get shown what it is, right? But we choose to ignore it. We choose to not kind of adhere to it. We choose to kind of oh, maybe things will get better. We choose to kind of ignore the things that we keep being reminded of. And with that being said, I think that for us to keep talking about it, or for us to keep we keep posting about it, or we keep saying look what's going on. Look how they letting the white people violate. Look how they letting the white people do this. They letting the white people do that. They look, I think that we don't get it. I think that it's time that we need to start figuring out what we gonna do, right? For ourselves. Forget what they doing. Cause the country keeps showing us what it is, right? And I think that at some point you have to come to the realization, when are we gonna stop begging and pleading for these people to kind of see what they're doing? What are we doing? I feel like they already know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. Everybody knows what's going on here except us. We know what's going on, but then we still don't want to accept what's going on. So what I came to tell y'all today, right? We could talk about the problems, the issues, this love-hate relationship that's been going on here between blacks and whites and every other people that, be beefing with each other. But I'm not gonna dwell on the issues today. Today I'm gonna give y'all some solutions, because I feel like people want solutions, right? We want solutions, right? I feel like people want solutions. So I think a lot of times people don't talk about solutions. People don't talk about, well, what else do we do? How do we shift things? Because, people have done things and things seem not to shift, or they change a little bit, but then, they really go back to what they are. So I'm gonna tell y'all this, because I feel like we was bamboozled and we've been lied to. They oftentimes tell us, survival of the fittest, what's going on? Oftentimes they tell us, if you want to go far, you go together. But if you want to go quick, you go alone. So I'm here to tell y'all this. That shit, this is not Africa. And one of them little villages where everybody comes together and put a little piece of the pot and people get places together. Here in America, the niggas in America have been psychologically fucked up, orphans with no homes. They have a lot of psychological issues, a lot of distrust, a lot of stuff is going on here in America in the minds of the nigga, right? And like I said before in one of my other videos, the nigga was meant to be destructive. He was created to be destructive and destroy anything that he comes in contact with. Now, the nigga does show resiliency, right? Some of them are able to overcome their obstacles and become great people. Not to say that they still don't be suffering from whatever they're suffering. Make sure y'all like it too, man, so other people can see it. Not to say that they're not still suffering. They are still suffering. But some are able to cope with their situations better than others. So I will say this. Me, personally, I think that we better off going alone because every time we try to peace. Every time we as blacks try to do something together, it's gonna get shot down. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? The state is gonna shoot it down. It's gonna shoot it down. Anytime we try to get together to uplift our people as a whole, the state is going to shoot it down. Peace. The state is going to shoot it down. But one thing I noticed is when individuals from the black community do things on their own and you know, not really put their emphasis in trying to help the community, then those people tend to go further in life in the United States of America. So one thing I realized is we have to go on our own. As sad as that is, like, I think the focus should just be like us, our families, and maybe a few people we can help. You know, we got to find our tribe. You know, we got to find our tribe and work with our tribe. And that's what we got to do because it's not working. Like the whole together thing, we're going to build communities, we're going to build schools, we're going to create a political party, we're going to own our neighborhoods. That shit not working. All right. Okay. RPT in the house. But that shit not really working. That shit of the kumbaya, we're going to come together and we all just going to gel and we're going to be cool. It don't seem to be working and it's taking too damn long. But what I do suggest is that if you work on you and your family and your close peers, and I work on my people and myself and my close peers, then I think somewhere along the line we can meet each other. Somewhere along the line we could probably see each other. And you know, people start doing different things on their own. So I'm gonna give y'all some solutions because this is a short live, very short. I don't want to be redundant with this situation, but I want to say this. One thing I want to say is don't be stupid and think that you could go do the same thing that they did because we already know we can't do the same thing. So I want to put that out there. Don't be stupid and think that because you've seen that you could go out there and do that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Two, I would say like, yo, let them do whatever they want to do. Like if they want to go, let them take care of themselves, man. Let them go take care of themselves. Like we got other business to tend to. We don't need to be worrying about this. This country not ours anyway. Let them go do whatever they want to do. They want to burn it down. Let them go burn it down. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? You worry about your family at home. You know what's crazy? When I was locked up in Rikers Island, there was this brother. He said this one time. He said, yo, it's gonna come a time in America where everybody gonna need a gun. I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know where he was going, but them white folks, listen, let me tell you something. Them white folks, they take their kids to the gun range. They take them hunting. You know what I'm saying? They know what they doing. They like them kids could probably disarm guns. They could break them apart, put them together. They know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to Michigan the other day. Them people is not playing over there. They getting ready. They doing whatever they doing. Like, we not doing that. We just sitting here like this, yapping, and we want to talk about revolution. We want to talk about we ready to fight. We want to talk about we ready to own our own land. We ready to do this. We ready to do so much. We don't go shooting. We don't go to the shooting range. We don't take our kids to go hunting. You know what I'm saying? We don't show them how to use guns. A lot of us don't even know how to use guns. So a lot of us don't even know how to grow our own food. A lot of us don't even know about economic structures. Like a lot of us don't know about a whole bunch of stuff, but we talk about the revolution. But look, let me not go on the rant because that's not really the whole point of this conversation. But I'm gonna give y'all some solutions that might help y'all. Yo, make sure y'all like the video because that's how other people get to see it. But very short live. I don't want to get long-winded. I don't want to like be here for an hour like I usually do. You know, I get caught up. So I'm gonna give y'all some solutions. I'm gonna give y'all some solutions because I know a lot of people don't give y'all solutions. And the first, and this is not in order, by the way. This is not in order, but this is just some of the things that we can do as black folks to kind of like get us moving and get us to become more mobile, you know? So the first thing, we can't even stick together. Exactly, we can't even stick together as a community. So until we can figure that out, we're going to have to go on our own. And the quicker we go on our own, the better. Salute. So the first thing that we should do is, well, I wouldn't say the first thing. Again, they're not in orders, but these are just solutions that I wrote down, that I took notes. And one of the things that we need to do is build families. One of the things is people is not getting married like they used to. People are not like being together like they used to. Like we not creating those unions that we used to. People are taking way longer to start their family, and that's cool. You scared, you nervous for whatever reason, that's cool. But what I'm saying is we need to build families. What made the black community strong in the past was strong family ties. People were getting married. People were living together. The man was in the household with his woman. You know what I'm saying? The kids used to see that. They used to grow up and see that. Even if their father got locked up down the line, they was seeing what was going on. They seen in the beginning what was happening. So I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, so people seen that. Yes. So that's what they did. So that's some of the things, right? So we need to build families. The family structure has always been one of like the main components of the black community and its survival. Even during the time of the organizing that was going on, the black family structure played a pivotal role in our organizing. So boom, build families. It's one thing we need to do. Another thing we need to do, we need to create a code of conduct. A code of conduct. We don't have no code of conduct. Like when the Black Panther Party implemented the don't talk to the police, you know what I'm saying? That was something that was working for the community. Don't talk to the police, because every time the police come around, they fabricate stories. The moment you talk to cops, even today, when you open your mouth and you talk to the police, they will switch your whole story around. They will say you said this, you said that. Now it's your word against theirs. Don't say none to the police. This is something that the Black Panther Party implemented back in the days, right? So not snitching didn't come from hip hop. Not snitching came from the Panther Party when they told people in the community, do not talk to the police when they come over here. So we need to implement a code of conduct. Like we can't just have people thinking it's okay to rape, thinking it's okay to commit senseless homicides, murders, whatever. We can't think it's cool. We can't think it's cool. I remember back in the days when somebody knew your mom and they caught you doing something in the neighborhood, they would tell you, they would be like, yo, what you doing over here? I'm gonna tell your mom. And your mom sometimes gave them permission to beat on you or to put their hands on you because you was doing something wrong. So we had a code of conduct in the community. You understand what I'm saying? Facts. So we had a code of conduct. So that's the second thing. We got to create a code of conduct. Whatever that is, we got to be able to create. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We got to be able to create a code of conduct and hold people accountable in our communities, because we got to take control of our communities. So we need a code of conduct, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. Another thing, third thing, know your history and your people. Know your history and your people. Know your history and your people. Something that helped the Panthers back in the days was that they learned about their people. They learned about who their people were. They learned about their history. They started wearing their hair out. They started, you know what I'm saying? They got their little swag. They started wearing their little leather coats. A lot of people to self-judgment community. No snitching. No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you can hold people accountable. You understand what I'm saying? You can hold people accountable. All I'm saying is we have to create a code of conduct. So, and I'm not saying that means what I'm saying is when we create a code of conduct, we got to hold people accountable to the things that they do in the community, whatever that looks like. So, third thing, know your history and know your people. The Panthers, they spent a lot of times learning about themselves and learning about who their people was and what was the struggle. You know, they stopped perming their hair. They stopped doing certain things that society expected them to do. Because once you know who your people is, once you learn about your people, you get a sense of pride of who your people was. You know, we've been wearing gold before the gold chains. We've been doing all these things before, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these things is still in our blood, still in our DNA. Like wearing gold in your teeth and wearing gold around your neck, that's not no new thing. People been wearing gold in Africa. We might do it a little different today, but people been wearing gold. So anyway, know your history and know your people. The fourth thing, build economic structure. Build economic structure. Make sure y'all like this video, because this video, people need to see this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to provide y'all with some solutions that might help us. So the fourth thing I'm saying, build economic structure. Like, you know, come on. Some of you guys is hustlers. Some of you guys, y'all sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you put this aside to give it to the connect. You break it down. You know, come on. We know the mathematics. We know those are transferable skills. If you good with math, you know how to lay down a plan, how you gonna chop a brick, how you gonna do this, how you gonna distribute it. what the workers is going to get paid, how much money you need to put aside to give back to the connect. Like, come on. If you know how to do all that, we can kind of like build the economic structure. Come on, man. Come on now. Don't say we can't do it. That's another thing. If you got to get with some engineers, if you got to learn about it, we got to learn about it. We just got to do that. The fifth thing, we got to buy cheap property. We don't own nothing. We don't own nothing. Buy cheap property, get a trade, learn how to fix it up. Come together economically, power. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Poverty is the main thing connected to crime. So we got to buy cheap property. A lot of times, cheap property is oftentimes found in the South or upstate New York or wherever you may be from, little rural areas or whatever. Sometimes the cheap property might not work. If you know a trade, if you know how to do plumbing, if you know how to do carpentry, if you know how to fix up stuff, that's a big plus. Mexican people do it all the time. They come together, they chip in, they'll buy a broken down house, and all of them got different trades. Somebody know how to put brick, somebody know how to do roofing, somebody know how to do plumbing, somebody know how to do XYZ. I get the point. They do it all the time. I see them do it all the time. I seen it done in Westchester County. I seen it done in many places. You know, mixed race, sticking on one race. I just can't do it. I'm mixed race, sticking on. Now, I'm not saying you got to do that. I get what you're saying, bro. Everybody's stuff is different. But I'm just saying, black people as a whole, they keep complaining. They keep begging this white man to help them, to be different, to help us, do something different. It depends where you at upstate, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro, it could be done. Like I seen it, bro. I seen it be done. Like there's not some magical shit. Like I seen it, bro. And I spoke to people and I asked them how they got certain things done. But anyway, buy cheap property. It could be done. Like in Detroit right now. In Detroit right now, you can get a house for like $20 down. It might have a lot of stuff wrong with it, but you could get a house for $20 down, and then you figure out how to fix it. Like $20 down, come on, bro. You come on, $20 down, come on. It could be done, bro. There's places where we can go. We just comfortable living the lives that we live. We just comfortable and wishful thinking, hoping that this white man changes. Hoping. That's what we doing. We hoping. Instead of moving. We need to move. So buy cheap property. The next thing is send your children to trade school. Trade school, trade school, trade school. Trade school teaches you a hand skill. If you have a hand skill, you can start your own business. I'll give you an example. We also got to learn the aspect of capitalism system. Capitalism is not sustainable. But what I'm saying is as long as we are under it, we have to be able to work with whatever we can work. So another thing, send your kids to trade school. When you send your kids to trade school, you teach them a skill that they can work with their hands. For example, if you work with cars, people always need help with their cars. People always going to need a paint job. They always going to need a oil change. They always going to need something done to their car. You got to think about these skills like carpentry. People always need repairs. People always destroying stuff and they always rebuilding stuff. This is a transferable skill. A college degree is not necessarily something that's going to be like, that's going to be useful at some point. At some point, it's like, it's millions of people competing for the same jobs, right? They don't have and it doesn't teach you a skill. When you graduate college, you usually end up on the unemployment line waiting to get a job. But if you have a skill, you go straight to work. If you got a skill, you straight to work because somebody always needs something done. You know what I'm saying? But people don't always need a psychologist or not a psychologist, but people don't always need like some of them career, vet tech. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these careers, people be working in these jobs for 20 years or 30 years. Like you're going to be waiting this whole time for somebody to retire for you so you could get hired. Like, come on. Hand skills. We need more hand skills. Another thing is build security to protect yourself. Build security to protect yourself. Every time we build something, we don't have security to protect it. And this is why I always get destroyed. We need security to protect ourselves. Not like the Panther Party, don't antagonize the police. But at the same time, we need to be able to defend ourselves if we need to. And this is what happens when we build businesses, when we build communities, when we build neighborhoods, we can't protect them. If you don't want to break your bag, look into it. So another thing, build security, plant your own food. I can't stress this enough. A lot of us don't even know how to work the soil. We don't even know what to do. when your enemy feeds you, when you depend on your enemy to feed you, you're not gonna go far in life. How far you think you're gonna go if your ops are the ones that are responsible for the food you eat? Think about it. Think about it. You go into your so-called ops, I'm not saying that all of them is our ops, right? I'm just giving a figure of speech. You go into your ops for food to eat. Think about it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? The people that don't like me, got problems with me, is oppressing me, is killing me softly. That's the people that feed me. That's the people that I'm going to depend on to feed me. That's absurd. You know what I'm saying? Just like school. Like, you go to the op school. The people that's teaching you. Once I teach you how to become a slave, hold on, what are we talking about? We talk about solutions. The video is going to be uploaded. You can always watch it again. So right now, we're talking about we got to be able to plan our own food. We got to be able to self-sustain ourselves. And as long as we don't know how to do that, or we can't do that, we always got to go to them to get food to nourish ourselves. Another thing is mental health treatment. I can't stress this enough. We need mental health. I know we want to act like everything's all good, but the reality is that shit is not all good, and it's okay. Doesn't make us some weird, crazy people, right? Like, it's okay. Like, we've endured a lot. And we live in a crazy world. For you to think that the crazy world has not affected you, something is obviously wrong with you. If you think that I grew up in a liquor store fool, exactly, you know what I'm saying? If you think we live in a crazy world and the crazy world has not affected us, is a problem. There's a problem with that. So anyway, mental health treatment, sometimes we just got to be open to talk to a psychiatrist or a psychologist or somebody that got something, counselor, somebody. Sometimes we need to talk to somebody. Sometimes we just need that, man. We need mental health treatment. We've been abused and misused. Our minds are psychologically fucked up, man. We need that. Another thing is we need to be able to control our narrative. We need to be able to educate our people, whether it's a schooling. I don't know how it's going to look. Whether it's an educational institution, whether it's community garden by black people. Yeah, bro. Community gardens. You know how big a community garden is? Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's not a start. It is a start. But, like, come on. Them shits be like some low, I don't even know the dimensions of it. But it's a start. It's definitely a start. And I'm saying as a people, we need to learn. Like, I'm not talking about there's a little garden here, there's a little garden there. Like, we need to, but that's good information. We could use that information, and people maybe put the foot forward to learn how to do gardening. So that's good information. We need that. I'm just saying that that's something that we need to learn, and we need to control our own narrative. We need to be able to tell people our own narrative. Like, the reason why we so infatuated with Egypt and Africa and Kemet, right, is because the white man was infatuated with Egypt. We keep talking about Egypt. And you know what that does? That's the white man controlling our narrative in a way. That's the white man controlling the narrative in a way, because he was so infatuated with Egypt. So now all we talk about is Egypt. Some of us came from West Africa. Do y'all even know about the Manding Empire in West Africa? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know about do y'all even know about, like, there's pyramids in Zimbabwe? Like, it's so much shit in Africa. Most of us came from the west side of Africa, but we always talking about the east. We always talking about Ethiopia. We always talking about Egypt. We always talking about all these different parts that might not even really relate to us. Like, they keep talking about, oh, well, the people from Egypt migrated to the west side of Africa. Like, it's like, come on, y'all just so stuck on Egypt. Like, it was so many better, I wouldn't say better, but it was so many better, maybe, greater civilizations in Africa, not just Egypt. But that's another thing. We just got to really learn and control our narrative. Know where your people came from. Like, if you can connect to your people, know where your people came from. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed into the separatist ideology that they keep pushing on us. Don't let them control the narrative. We got to be able to control the narrative. And that's about it, y'all. Like, that was a few things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 things I mentioned. I'm pretty sure there could be some more, but I think these are the important things that we need to become self-sufficient. Make sure y'all like this video, y'all share it, y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all like my content. Like, I definitely talk about way more other stuff than just jail stories. Some people be in the comments talking some dumb shit, talking about like, oh, all I talk about is this. Like, I got mad content on other stuff, on educational stuff, on real shit. Like, so make sure y'all like it. I love y'all. For the people that love me, I love y'all too. Thanks for the support. My channel's been growing because of the supporters and everybody that supports me and shares my stuff. Afwan, Jazakallah khair. So yo, make sure y'all share this. Y'all make sure y'all let me know in the comments if y'all think I missed some things. If y'all could add some other things, make sure y'all let me know. But like, I'm definitely gonna be going. I'm gonna try to go live more often and give y'all some real game. You feel me? Like word. But y'all stay blessed. Take care of yourself. Take care of your families, and let's get this work going. Word. Peace.